Afternoon, evening, I should say. Evening all, how are we all? Hope you're okay. We're going to do some daily races. Last chance to have a go at them, so Yeah, I am absolutely shattered today. Been in the garden again, so bit of sun on me. So yeah, interesting one with the F1. I don't know, like, I don't know where to start, really. I mean, I think it was a very good race, and I think everything that happened today is absolutely brilliant for the rest of the season. So much negativity around it, but I personally, my feeling is it's great for F1. This is what we want in F1. We want this type of drama, because F1 drivers have been getting along far too nicely recently, like all polite and that. We don't want that. We want Senna Prost. We want Hill Schumacher days. We want them to be hating each other, because then it provides better racing. So yeah, I'm thinking everything that happened today for me was good. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, probably both my favourite drivers at the moment. I like both of them. I am totally 50-50 with them. I don't think, if anything, I'd probably sway more towards Max Verstappen recently. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving the drama. I think it's great for the F1 season. It's absolutely brilliant. It's amazing for F1 because it's going to be more people are going to be watching. It's going to make it sportive and bigger. In my view, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant stuff today. I loved it. Exactly, goated. Drama brings views, and yeah, I think the penalty was fair. I think the 10 seconds was a fair penalty, because at the end of the day, Christian Horner saying no one overtakes there is just full of absolute horseshit. Let me get that out of the way. What a bell end. Like, everyone, I've seen hundreds of overtakes into that corner in my life. It's a common overtaking place. We saw Hamilton do it twice more after that incident. It can be done. It is done. That's an overtaking place on the track. Lots of drivers use it. So Horner, I don't know what he had been smoking before he made that comment, but yeah, I think he was just annoyed. That's what I'll take it at. He was just a bit bitter and a bit annoyed. Fair play, because obviously Max Verstappen did get took out the race, but I don't think it was intentional. All these people saying, like, oh, do you know what? Like, I'm very neutral with this, because I really like Max Verstappen, probably my favourite driver at the moment. I also really like Lewis Hamilton. And anyone who tries to tell me that Lewis Hamilton would deliberately take someone out like that, they clearly are chatting right out their arsehole, because no way is Lewis Hamilton taking anyone out deliberate there. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a racing incident, but more on Lewis, I think, because Lewis did understeer a bit, but also Max did turn in a bit. Could Max have backed out? Yes, he could. Could Lewis have given more space? Yes, he could. But guess what? They're both racing drivers, and they both want to win, which is what we want. So what happened. I think 10-second penalty was fair. I don't think he deserved anything more than that, in my view. I think that was a fair penalty. I just think that the hate that everyone brings to a driver, like the Verstappen fans claiming that Max Hamilton should be banned from the next race. If roles were reversed, they'd be like, oh, that 10 seconds is fair. And yeah, it's just the typical what do you call it, fan, like, you know, you're biased towards one driver. At the end of the day, I think it was a fair penalty. I think a lot of the people in F1, like the other team managers, were saying it was a racing incident, no penalty. Like, I think Aston Martin's boss said no penalty there, racing incident. I think it's just one of them. I think we need to move on and look forward to the next races now. Going to the next one is going to be brilliant. I cannot wait for the next F1 race now. I'm so excited for it. It's going to be a good one. Anyway, let's start this from the back of the grid. I haven't been on this for a few days. I've not been on this track for a few days, so we just got to try and get warmed up again. I'm only going to do a few races today, by the way, everyone, because it's incredibly hot here. Like, I'm sweating already. I've only been in here a few minutes, so yeah, just a few races, just have a chat with you lot and talk about the F1, because I'm sure there's a lot of different views on the F1 today, but I'm trying to take a very unbiased opinion, in that I think if it was the other way round, all the people slagging Hamilton off would be saying, oh, it was fair. And if it was the other way round as well, like, I guarantee you, if it was Hamilton that got sent into the ball, a lot of the people that are Hamilton fans would be saying, oh, no, 10 seconds is fine. It's just, You know what I mean? Or so, no, they'll be saying, no, he needs more of a penalty for Max. It's just the way things work. I think people let their passion take over with stuff. But it's good for F1 though. Brilliant for F1. I can't wait for the next race. I mean, I still want Max Verstappen to take the title. I want Max Verstappen to win because Hamilton's 1-7 now, and I think it'll be good for the sport if Max wins. Max is one of the I think it's either him or Hamilton the best drivers on the grid. It's between them two, in my personal view. So I hope Max can do it this year. But still, I still think it was a fair penalty. I don't think he deserved any more for that, Hamilton. Oh, do we go? Oh, he just rammed him. I will take that one. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of arguments about it, but one thing I will say, make sure in the discussions in the chat in here, you keep it respectful to each other. We don't want anyone, anyone arguing and going beyond the limit. The mods will time you out, so just remember to keep it respectful, because remember, we're all fans of F1. I know I am, and I know a lot of you in the chat are fans of F1, so just keep it respectful, the discussions and stuff. Yeah, I cannot wait for the next F1 race. It's going to be so good. Hamilton did a brilliant drive to win that, though. You know what I mean? People that try and take that away from him, I understand your hate and your annoyance at what happened at the start, but still, Hamilton, what a drive to win that. Great drive. So what people need to remember is motorsport is a brutal sport. You know what I mean? If something like that happens, they're out the race, and it's happened to Hamilton in the past. It's not like it's something that's never happened, and Max needs to get used to that. If Max, you know what I mean, it's going to happen again, and people need to realise this. It's racing, and you know what I mean. When you've got two drivers that are equally matched and they both want to win the race, and they're both as talented as each other, neither is going to give up that position. So it's going to happen more, and I can't wait. I can't wait to watch the battles in the next, the next few races are going to be so good. I really am excited to watch them, because neither a driver is going to give as much respect. Now I think it's going to get really tasty. Yeah, haters will always say, you'll have your fans of one and your fans of another driver. They'll always have their favourite, and you'll never change them, because they'll always back up one driver over the other. You're not going to change their view on an incident because they're biased. It's not. People will say they're not biased, but they are, because they're a fan of one driver. So why I quite like being my position in these two drivers is really, I like it because I really like Max Verstappen and I really like Lewis Hamilton. And if anything, I'm probably swaying a bit more to Max Verstappen recently. I said that last 3-4 weeks. I'm genuinely feeling quite thingy towards Max, and I hope he wins this year. I've always appreciated Max's talent. So Max's tweet was he wasn't very happy at Lewis Hamilton, basically. So I think we're going to see some. I reckon we're going to see some action in the next race. I really do. It's going to be interesting. Hamilton's been quite respectful for the last few years, in my view. Anyone who thinks that Lewis Hamilton did that on purpose, Lewis Hamilton has been one of the cleanest drivers on the grid in the last few years. I mean, you only have to, like, another thing I'd say as well is you only have to go back to Imola, where Max drove Lewis off the track. Luckily, Hamilton stayed in the race. I know it wasn't as fast of an incident, and like it was a wet race and that, but still, like I in that incident, I said that Max was correct. I think Max was in the right for what he did. Like Lewis was never going to really go around the outside there in the wet, but a lot of the Hamilton fans were calling outrage, and that was a load of shit as well, because Max. I think it was fair. He had the right in a way in the wet conditions like that. If it was a dry race, I'd say, yeah, maybe it was a little bit, but in a wet race, I think there's nothing wrong with it really. It's like there was one race in line, and yeah, I think people just let their passion for one driver take over with their opinions. No one's saying it's the same thing, Raz, though. I'm just saying, you're not listening to what I'm saying, mate. I'm saying that people are letting their passion, like, if you think that Hamilton deliberately took Max Verstappen out, you need to have a look at yourself in the mirror, because there's something not right with you. If you actually think that Lewis Hamilton deliberately risked his own race as well as taking... Why would he do that? It makes no sense. He understeered, and also he was about a metre away from the apex, something like that, just over a metre away. Max then lifted really late to try and go around the outside. Max could have lifted as well before the corner, and they both would have got through there. Both drivers just didn't want to back out, and that's what caused the incident. In my opinion, I think the 10-second penalty was fair. You're going to have racing crashes. You're going to have crashes like that when you've got two drivers that want to win and they won't back out. We're going to see more of that probably. But yeah, Lewis is not a dirty driver, not even slightly. Anyone who tries to say Lewis Hamilton is dirty, full of shit. Max Verstappen's not dirty. Max Verstappen's a clean driver. I think Max Verstappen's grown into a much better driver the last 2 years. In my opinion, probably it's a hard one between him and Hamilton, who's the best at the moment, but I'd definitely say that Max has got a chance to be the best driver at the moment. He's probably one of the cleanest in terms of the way he does his overtakes. Neither of the drivers are dirty. I just hope that we have a good end to the season now, because I think it's all... This season's looking like it could be one of the best seasons ever. I can't wait. If Lewis was the one crashing out, they would probably have said, the Max fans would probably say, oh, Lewis, you know, probably should have backed out. It's the way that fans work. This is why, I mean, I've never really had one driver that I always, like, I like Daniel Ricciardo, I like Max Verstappen, I like Lewis Hamilton, I like Vettel, I like Alonso now. I never wasn't the biggest fan of Alonso, but he's growing on me this season. He really is. He seems to have less of a attitude about him, and he seems to be a bit more like chilled out, and I like his approach to this year. I think he's driving really well also. So yeah, Alonso's growing on me this year, I have to say. I didn't want him back in the sport, but if I'm brutally honest, I think he's done really well, and I'm glad he did come back. Right, we're gonna pit now. I forgot I was on the mediums. It's not my... Dalty, thank you for the donation, mate. Your head is... Mate, it's could have been out in the sun all day. Look. Look. I'm like burnt a bit. But it'll fade off by the morning. I always do this. I go like a light red and then it'll fade off by the morning. But yeah, thank you very much for the donation, Salty. Appreciate it, mate, you legend. I've been out in the garden. I watched the F1 in the garden. I was cheering out loud watching it. Thank you so much, Salty, you legend. Get that legend emote out for Salty Racer, please. Legend. Thank you very much for the donation. So we're down to P10. I haven't even been looking at the track while. I've been trying to read some of the chat and talking about this F1. I've just been like, I've not really been concentrating on the race. I honestly think that Lewis Hamilton would have backed out on the outside there if he was 33, like you've just said there. If Lewis Hamilton was... I think if Lewis Hamilton was that far ahead in the title, on the outside, I reckon Lewis Hamilton would have backed out. Nice little bit of battling there with that guy. It would have been nice for Charles to win, but do you know what? Hamilton, like, I also seen people saying like about like Bottas shouldn't have let him through, but if Bottas wasn't so shit, then he wouldn't, you know what I mean? Bottas, where was Bottas again? Like, his pace is just not there. Hamilton, they had to let Hamilton through, because at the end of the day, Hamilton had the chance of winning, which he did. Bottas had no chance of winning because his pace wasn't good enough. So Bottas brings it on himself. If Bottas had the pace, he wouldn't have had to let Hamilton through. But the problem was, Bottas just didn't have any pace again. Bottas needs the TGT. You'll have to ask him, mate. He might get him. There you go. You can sell him the TGT too. Give him better tyre wear and everything. Who's Bottas? Yeah, that'll be interesting if Russell gets a drive. Especially, it's going to be interesting next season though, because we have no idea what the car's performances are going to be like, do we? You know, who's going to be leading the way in the new cars and stuff. So that'll be another thing to think about. But it'd be great if it was still the same, because Russell, how good would that be if Russell, Hamilton and Max Verstappen all going for it? Because I think Russell could take it to both of them. I think Russell's good enough. Maybe in the race he needs to, I think his racecraft for Russell needs a little bit of work, but I think that will come with the more races he does racing at the front. He's not used to racing at the front, is he? So the more he does, the better he'll do, I think. It'll be really good though. I think Russell can compete 100%. There's no doubt about that. You saw his pace when he was in the Mercedes last time. He definitely had the pace, so it'll be very interesting with Russell. Getting the dirty air off this car now in front. We got a really bad exit then. Okay, up to P6. Oh, don't run wide there. Just avoided the penalty. Got to have that zero bias again. So we worked it out last time, didn't we, that zero bias felt better. You alright, Henry? How are you, mate? Oh, let's get closer to him so we can overtake him. should be able to overtake him here. Few laps left. See if we can get ourselves up to P4. I mean, the reason Max had to go to hospital was just purely precautionary. Like, he basically said he was fine. He just had to go for precautionary stuff because they have to go to hospital, I think, when they've hit a certain G-force on I believe if they go over a certain amount of G's in a crash, they have to go to hospital. It's in the rules. So yeah, I mean, that's why he went to hospital. But like, I think we all knew that Max was okay. He got out, he walked out of the car. He's probably a bit bruised and probably a bit winded, but in general, he's okay. I'm sure he is. I mean, he's already tweeted that he's fine, so. Yeah, exactly, Tarbo. I can't wait for the remainder races. Like, as a neutral between both of them drivers, I like both of them. So, whoever wins, it's going to be amazing to watch the rest of the season pan out. Like, I can't wait for it. I'm excited for the next race now. The next race is going to be really interesting. And like, people hating on a driver, like hating on Hamilton, hating on Max, it's just stupid. Like, they're racing drivers. They both want to win. It wasn't the most dangerous thing I've ever seen in F1. I've probably seen Max do stuff in the past that's just as bad, but every driver makes mistakes. I don't think Hamilton ever meant to do that. Hamilton never wanted to do that. It's just what happened. You know, people make mistakes. Just that a lot of people hate on Hamilton when he does any sort of mistake. It's always going to be like that. Oh shit, wrong mind there. And he just binned it. What's the yellow flag for? I think P2 binned it. Ah, oh, no, we've not got enough time to catch him up though. None of the drivers deserve any hate. Max, Lewis, you know what I mean? It's stupid, that. Yeah, some people will always hate on someone. That's the way sports work. I mean, same with football, same with everything. If you're a fan of one driver, you're always going to hate on the other driver. Max has already come out and said he's fine. He said on Twitter, he's fine. He's in hospital getting bait checks because he hit 50 G or something, or I don't know whether I might be wrong. He hit a certain amount of G on they have a thing in the cars, don't they, that obviously the F1 doctor has to see, and if they hit a certain amount of G, they have to go to hospital. But he's already said he's fine, so I'm sure he'll be in the next race ready to take on Hamilton, and I can't wait for the racing. It's going to be really interesting. I do realise how big the impact was, but at the end of the day, he walked out. He's fine. He's okay now. So it wasn't like Lewis Hamilton deliberately took him out. Lewis Hamilton didn't go with the intent of wiping him into the barrier. That's not what happened. Let's not just lie about stuff, because not a chance in this world did Lewis Hamilton do that on purpose, because he's a clean driver, Hamilton. Max Verstappen's been very clean the last few years. But, like, yeah, let's not just try and make up horse shit by saying someone tried to put someone in the barrier. That's embarrassing if you're saying that, to be honest. I think it's embarrassing because that's not what happened. Not at all. I think that's just like if you're really big fan of one driver, you're going to start with them that whole shit story. Oh, he deliberately did it. Not true. Yeah, he said on Twitter he's fine. I've seen it. He's written nothing, or he's perfectly fine. He had to go for basic checkups in hospital. Jack, Mac, thank you so much for the donation, mate. Good day, Key. Caught the stream. Yes, mate, thank you very much for the donation. Get the legend remote spammed out for Jack, please, everyone. Appreciate the donation. Yeah, we're not going to be on for too long because I'm already probably burning about 1,000 calories in this heat. Right, let's go for another one. I enjoyed that. Was actually an alright race, wasn't it? P4 from the back of the grid. Not bad. Yeah, remember, like, this is just going to lead to more drama and more good races, I reckon. I can't wait to see. Like, what is the next F1 track now? Where does it go to? Trying to think if it's going to be one where they can actually overtake or not. There was nothing malicious in it. That's what I mean. I understand Lewis Hamilton deserved the 10-second penalty. Like, at first, honestly, when I saw the incident, I thought that Hamilton, it was a racing incident and didn't deserve a penalty. After watching it on the replays, you could see that his car understeered as he went to go into the apex. His car at the front just had no grip, which was possibly due to the tyres not being fully up to temperature. Because obviously the long wait on the grid, they had only had a few corners to build temperatures up. So them front tyres were probably not at their peak. And he probably expected the car to turn in more than it did. But yeah, I would say a 10-second penalty was fair. I think that was a fair penalty, really. I know that Max got put out of the race, but you've got to judge the incident on the racing that happened, and I don't think there was any malicious in it. It was a first lap incident. They were both going for the corner. Lewis Hamilton had the inside line. Max tried to go around the outside. The crash happened. It was unfortunate. 10-second penalty is, in my view, a fair penalty. I don't think so. I don't think it should have been a drive-through. I don't even think that, because although, like, what happened was bad to Max, I get that. I understand what happened to him was really bad. He's out of the race. But there was no intent. The intent was not there for Hamilton. It wasn't like he deliberately did it. That's where I still think the 10-second penalty was fair. And this is what I can't stand with people that are like big fanboys that are like, oh, he's trying to take him out. No, he never. No, he didn't. Not at all. To me, both drivers could have done more to avoid. I think, what's his name? The Sky Sports pundit, Karen Chandok, whatever his name is. He said it spot on. He kind of said that it was definitely more towards Lewis, but both drivers could have done more to avoid that incident. Not just Lewis, both could have. And I think that was quite a fair point. I think both could have done more to avoid it. And like, I agree that it's more on Lewis, but also you have to look at it from Max's lead in the championship by 37 points, or whatever it was. He was leading it by, I don't know what it was before the race. Maybe Max should have thought, hang on a minute, do I really need to risk this out on the outside of this corner, or should I back off? I've got a faster car. We'll undercut him in the pits and we'll still get the win. Because Red Bull could do that. Red Bull were fast enough to do it. So both of them could have done more, I feel. Yeah, I've seen like I was in another stream. I'm not going to say whose earlier, and they were quite a lot of hatred towards Hamilton, and like I was like, I mean, like, I don't know. It's all a bit. I just feel like some people just don't like Hamilton, and they're gonna let that sway their view on the incident 100%. It's just one of them, I think. Yeah, or if that would have been, I think if that would have been a bit further on in the race, they probably would have been a bit more harsh on it. But with it, a lap one incident, tyres not up to temperature, fight it. It's a hard one. It is a hard one. I wouldn't want to be a steward. I'm telling you, no way I'd want to be a steward in F1. Not in that situation, because like a lot of people were saying it's a racing incident, no penalty. Some people are saying he should be banned from the next race, which is full of shit. That is so fucking biggest balls I've ever heard. That should not happen. Some people are saying it was fair penalty. Some people, you know what I mean? Like, it's a hard one. Like, I wouldn't want to be in the job of a steward. Not a chance I would want to be a steward. But at the end of the day, I think what we all need to look at is that we're in for a very, very good season now. And did someone tell us what the next race was? I didn't know if I'll see. Let's have a little look. I can't remember what it is after Silverstone, because of the way the season is now. I've got no idea what race is next. Does anyone know what it is? Is it? No, Zandvoort's not next, is it? Hungary. That's going to be an interesting one as well, because I think Max will have that. I think Max will take that. I would think that's more of a Red Bull track, although Mercedes does normally go quite well then. Hamilton's normally quite good there, so it'll be interesting. I can't wait, because do you know what? You've got such an opportunity for a crash into turn one there as well, because you can send one up the inside. I can just see it now. Remember this. I can see that if Hamilton gets ahead of Max at the start, I can see Max absolutely sending one up the inside into turn one, like a full-on dive bomb. I can see it. It's going to be so good. I can't wait for it. I'm excited for that one already. When is it, by the way? Is it this week? Is it a 1 week or a 2 week gap? He did behave like a considerate human being, mate. I mean, at the end of the day, he's just won his home race. He had already asked his engineers if Max was okay, and they said he's okay, he's out the car. So, I mean, all this, he shouldn't be celebrating. Piss off, he just won his home race with a comeback drive. At the end of the day, he still came back and won it from, with a penalty in that. He did well. He drove well. Just a shame what happened at the start. So, I don't think he's inconsiderate. Not at all. No, I don't think there's a sprint race. There's only, is it 3 tracks this year? I think there's 3 races that have got the sprint race. I don't think Hungary has one. Evening, Napoleon, mate. How are you? Monza will be interesting. I think we're in for a brilliant season, you know. I mean, we've already had probably one of the best. I think this year has been one of the best so far. And now with this, I think we're in for an even better season. So we need to think it. Let's just concentrate on the positives of what happened today. Let's not just every race people just go to the negatives and that. Let's just think about how good the rest of the season's going to be, and it's going to be amazing. I am going to be I'm not missing a single race at all, because I don't want to miss anything this year, because it's going to be such a good battle between them. But yeah, let's remember to be polite to each other in the chat, whether you disagree with someone or not. Let's not call anyone any names or stuff like that. Everyone's got an opinion, but I think people should just concentrate on the positives of what an amazing season we've possibly got left now. That's what I'm thinking of, Funky. The Cross Center days where what I remember watching, I am hopeful it's going to be like that, or even like the Schumacher Hill type. Like both were quite good times in F1. what's happened there? Luckily we did. We had to go down very quickly through the gears to avoid killing that driver. Oh, he brakes super early there. Wow, he just fucking tried to kill me. Don't know how I stopped that then. I wanted to go up the inside, but it was just like kind of like shutting it off a bit. Oh, someone's off up there, aren't they? What the hell's happened there? Oh, that might be a penalty. Understeered mid-corner. Got away a bit. I was going to pit them, but I'm not going to now. I think we'll go one more lap here. Why we're not getting held up? Not particularly great laps here, but we're probably going to catch him up on this lap, aren't we, and get held up a little bit. Honestly, like, I think Red Bull, like, I'm not Horner, like Christian Horner. I don't know, I find him a bit, he's obviously biased because he's obviously gonna be, he's got to be, hasn't he? You know what I mean, he's the team thingy, but sometimes he comes across as a bit of a cock, but then again, what do I know? No point losing time with him now. Yeah, he's got to protect his driver, but I do think some of the stuff he says is a bit stupid, like saying that you don't overtake in that corner is just like, well, that's funny because there's been about another 100 like over the years here, but yeah, you can't say that no one overtakes in that corner because they do. It's an overtaking place on the track. It's known as that, so that comment was a bit daft, but I can understand why he's saying it because he's trying to get Lewis Hamilton a penalty. He wants they need him to get a penalty because they're in a title battle, not just for Max Verstappen, but for the championship with Perez again. Like, has to be discussed this. Underperformance big time by Perez today. Probably the best car at the track, you know what I mean? The Red Bull was definitely the fastest race car there, and Perez was nowhere. Really underperformed in my view. This race today was where Perez needed to be taking advantage and getting the win for Red Bull, and he was just nowhere. And I understand he started the race in the back, but again, that was kind of caused by himself. Just see the reply, helmet living up to his name. Yeah, helmet is literally a helmet, so I mean that's why, you know what I mean, like, come on, I mean, he says, he's known to say stupid things though. No way is he getting a race ban for that, not a chance, never gonna happen. But yeah, I think the penalty, like, the only other one they could have done would have been like was it a stop and go, so they weren't allowed to do anything on the car. I think that would have been too harsh though in my view. I genuinely think that would have been too harsh a penalty for Hamilton. See, he didn't, this is what I mean though, he didn't deliberately take him out though. Max could have avoided the incident as well, and that's what I think people are really not grasping in this whole debate. Like, Max could have also avoided the incident. It was kind of a racing incident, lap one. 10-second penalty for Hamilton, I think, was fair. I think that was a fair penalty. Oh, a penalty? What for? I don't think that was a penalty. I didn't think I ran wide there. Oh well, done that. Hopefully that one is possibly going to cost us a bit here, though, when people come out of the pits. Might cost me a bit in a minute. Let's see. It might do here. This is going to be frustrating. Might have enough to get away from him though. We might be alright. Might not cost me too much, that penalty. Annoying. It lost me a bit of time actually, because although we're probably going to get stuck behind these two battling. Not getting that corner right again. I think it was just a mixture of circumstances that caused it. Like I said, I don't think Hamilton didn't deliberately take him out, not a chance. But all I care about is the fact that the rest of the season is going to be brilliant. I can't wait. We're going to get stuck behind this battle here. All three cars are going to battle a lot and we're going to lose quite a bit of time here. Oh shit. Didn't expect the car to do that there. Will be the same? What do you mean? What do you mean, do I think Max will be the same? I don't get what you mean. Do you mean like the same type of driver? Yeah, he'll be fucking fine, mate. Do you really think that's going to affect Max Verstappen in the way he drives? Not one bit will that change the way he drives. We're talking about Max Verstappen here. He'll be in that car pushing 120, well, probably 300% on the next race. Ain't going to affect him one bit, I don't think, personally. Another penalty. We drove too scruffy here. Another penalty. Wrong strategy again with now behind this guy. Oh dear. What a player. To be honest, I don't think it's fair enough. It was a big crash, but F1 drivers go over shit like that. That won't affect Max Verstappen at all. I mean, he's not even got any injuries as far as I know. From what they've said, he's got like minor bruising or whatever, and probably, I don't know whether he's got any damage to his ribs or whatever, but from what I've heard, he'll be fine to race the next race, from what I've heard, but I might be wrong. Maybe there's something that's come out, but from what they said, he'll be in the next race and he'll be trying to win it. And I'm sure he'll give 100 and whatever %. This stint's been awful, hasn't it? Not even really done a good lap in it. I get, like, I think Max, that's what I'm worried about. I hope Max doesn't go too aggressive and wreck his own races, because that's what my worry is. But I'm hoping he's now learned enough in his career that he won't do that, and he'll let the, I'm hoping he'll let the racing do the talking, if you know what I mean. I have said Nanite to you before, but I'll come and say Nanite after this race. Do I think Max had it coming? What do you mean? I mean, no driver has that coming. I mean, it's just, I try and extend too much there. I just think it was a racing incident, kind of, with probably a deserved 10-second penalty for Hamilton. I mean, I don't think anything he did in that start of the race was too aggressive. I think Max defended perfectly in the first lap. I think he did well. Like, he gave enough racing space. I don't think anything that Max did in terms of his defense, like, he didn't like that, didn't really, I don't think that, yeah, no, not at all. It doesn't make any sense, because Max drove fairly. It's just Max could have backed out as well. That's the only thing I'll say is he could have lifted a bit, but they're both racing drivers. They're not going to. Neither one of them was ever going to back out. I've driven really shit here, haven't I? Wrong strategy. I should have pitted early. Say I should have went when WDP pitted. I should have pitted. Hamilton faked him though, didn't he? Hamilton faked him to get the inside. Really nice move the way he did it. Like, so good to watch, but it's just a shame what happened after. Oh, I didn't think that too many. That's a third or fourth penalty in this race. What am I doing? Will we hold on to this position? I don't know. You okay, Olaf? How are you, mate? These lap times are awful. That's another penalty. It's like our 5th penalty of the race. What am I doing? How is that not a penalty, but the one before was? Don't get this game sometimes. Yeah, I'm trying to keep one eye on. That's why I'm probably getting so many penalties, because I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat while I was trying to race at the same time. It's not easy. That wasn't very well driven then, to be fair. The first race we did better, but that one I was reading too much chat, probably too many mistakes. But yeah, it's not easy to. Sometimes. Yeah, it's just one of them. It's very hard to do both at the same time. Yeah, I think it's to do with throttle as well, possibly. Oh yeah, it's on my main account, isn't it? I'll remove that. There you go. Oh, I'm burning up. My eyes are stinging a bit also. Been in the sun too much today. Lewis, we all know Lewis said that he hopes Max is okay. I mean, we all know that. I've seen that myself, so don't know why people are saying he hasn't said that. Oh, I know that Lewis still thinks that he was in the right, but that's what racing drivers are like. He's not going to come out and admit that he made a mistake and like understeered a bit, is he? At the end of the day, Lewis is a racing driver. He's going to say... He's not going to... You know what I mean? He's never going to come out and say, oh, yeah, I was in the wrong... It's a racing driver. Same if it was reversed. Max wouldn't come out and say, oh, that was on me. Max would be like, that was 100% Hamilton. They're both always going to blame each other because they're just... That's what racing drivers do. Right, let's go again. Try and put a bit more concentration in if I can. My eyes are really tired. Don't know if it's being in the sun all day, but my eyes are bloody falling asleep now. Oh my god, my top is stuck to me. Ah, it's so hot in here. Oh god, that's dirty. You want to watch it. You won't have to watch it for long to see why the drama's there. First lap, mate. What a first lap, though. Let's be honest, the racing up to that point was amazing. Like, it's a shame it ended like that. It is a shame, but that's what happens in races. I mean, stuff like that can happen. Sometimes it can both work out, and they both go through the corner, and this time it wasn't to be. Who's there? Thank you for the Rube 40, mate, you legend. Do you accept friend requests? I did. I don't know if I've got any space though, mate. I've got on my main account. I think it's full. I think we're completely full. I try not to add too many to my second, like my other accounts, because anyone will tell you if they've got an account with a lot of friends on it. It slows the is it the XMB that you call it, the home screen? It slows that down. Like on my main account, it's not so bad on PS5. I'll say that on PS5 it's pretty okay. But on PS4, it was awful. But yeah, thank you for the donation. But you can send one by all means. If you can send one to my main account, I'll try and add you. But I might have a few spots left. I don't know. Just send one. See if you can send one to my main account. And yeah, I'll add you if. Although I'll warn you, I never check friend requests on PS5 because PS5 still confuses me with the menu system. It's so shite. Like PS4 had a way better menu system. PS4 had a better menu system. PS5's is just a bit. I get it complicates me. I can never find what I'm looking for in it. It does my head in. But yeah, thank you for the donation, Fusa, mate. You legend. Appreciate it. Get the legend the most spammed out for Fusa as well, please, chat. If Max did what Lewis does, he'd be shamed in national news. Woody bollocks. Come on. That's full of shit. The British media, if anything, the British media are a bit, I don't know how you can say this, but they're normally not the nicest to Lewis Hamilton, if I'm brutally honest, the British media. They're probably over-critical of him and over-harsh on him. And there is probably a very obvious reason why, because the British media are known for it, to be honest. They're just known for it. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think that's true at all. I think that if Max, I'm sure his home country would not be slamming him for it. I'm pretty sure they'd be like, well, it's racing. But the British media are quite harsh on Hamilton, probably too harsh in my view. Like I've said, the British media are a little bit. the British media are arseholes. Like, but let's look at it. Go through the evidence. Do you ever remember Damon Hill getting as much harsh treatment as Lewis Hamilton? Even though Lewis Hamilton's won 7 world championships. Do you ever remember Damon Hill or Nigel Mansell getting as much abuse, like criticism from the media? I don't. I've watched F1 for a long time, and I honestly can say that they never used to get anywhere near as much criticism as Lewis Hamilton gets. Wonder why. Like Lewis, I don't think it's a hard right. I understand what you mean with Lewis about arrogant, because I can kind of see where you mean, because he did have that like arrogance about him. But I think that's just with racing. I bet you in person, Lewis Hamilton is probably the nicest, most chilled out person you'd ever meet. I guarantee you it. I bet you if like with his people that his close friends and that, I bet you he's not like that. It's just when he's racing, he wants to win. And that's why he does win, because he's a winner. He's not someone who'll back down. And that's what you have to be like if you're in sport, any sports, whether it's football, F1, golf, anything. You've got to have belief in yourself, and you've got to have a bit of an arrogance about you. But I bet you in real life, he's the nicest person you'll ever meet. Like most F1 drivers probably are. Yeah, I think that I'd come away with that. I'd actually agree, Antomics, with what that is. It doesn't take shine away from his win, because he still did a bloody good drive to get the win in that race. He did a very good drive in it, and like you can't take that away from him. Like he showed good pace. He did some good moves. Still on the same corner where the incident happened, he did a very good move on Charles as well for that. He didn't back out, and I like that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just think people are going to hate on him for no reason all the time. At the end of the day, what we should be thinking about is how good the next races are going to be. That's all that matters now. You can't change the past. You're not going to... Right, no one in the comments is going to take that win away from Lewis Hamilton. They're not going to take it away. You're not going to give him another penalty. The rules have been... everything's done now. Nothing's going to change. All you can do is look forward to the next race, which is going to be an absolute beast of a race. I can't wait for it. It's going to be so good. I'm excited to watch it. I hope that it lives up to what like this tension's going to be building in this now. So that's what we should all be looking forward to now. And people might be thinking, oh, you're biased because you're British. Ask most people in the chat. I've been very, if anything, I'm probably more... I still want Max Verstappen to take the title this year, and I've been leaning more towards Max the last 2 years because Hamilton's been winning everything, and I kind of want someone new to take a championship, and I really want Max to do that this year. So, you know what I mean? I've been a big fan of Max Verstappen for a long time, so it's not biased because you know what I mean. I've loads. I like Vettel, I like Ricciardo, I like Max Verstappen, I like Lewis Hamilton. Lando's growing on me a bit. The more and more this season, he's definitely growing on me with his like driving on the track. He's really, you know, he's coming. He's looking like he's going to be an absolute beast when he gets a good enough car. So yeah, I've got loads of drivers who I like. Yeah, I don't know. It could be all right. It's a hard one because Hungary's quite a fast, like some fast corners, hasn't it? But then it's got some slow. It's got a lot of traction corners as well. So I do think that Red Bull will have the better car there. I think that Red Bull will be the better car for that one. Yeah, Hamilton's been watching my fakes on streams and it's like, I need to do some of them. It was a good fake though, I have to say, he did it well. Judged it, he absolutely pulled Max Verstappen's pants down when he did that fake. Gotta be said, like, he nailed it, but then he just went a little bit too aggressive into the corner. That's where it all went a bit. That's why he got the 10-second penalty. And I think it was a deserved penalty. I think the 10 seconds was fair. Yeah, Perez's problem seems to be qualifying, doesn't it? But today, he was just nowhere even in the race, was he? He was just like very mediocre-ish, and that's not good for Red Bull because today, like I said earlier, today's race was where Perez needed to get the win, take advantage of the situation, and You know what I mean? Lewis had a 10-second penalty. Max Verstappen was out the race. So he needed to take that win for Red Bull, and he was just... I understand that he was obviously starting at the back, but that was his own fault again. It's all been down to his own mistakes, and he's had some good races this year, but still, he needs to really improve his qualifying, I feel. He should be qualifying P3 or 4 every race. P3 or 4 every race is where he should qualify, at least. Really, he should be higher up in some. He just hit me a bit. I think he got hit by P14. I think he hit him a bit and knocked him into me. That's my bad, I'll let you go. Brake too late. Oh yeah, the F1 bosses, they like Horner and that, they're always going to try and influence the decision, because that's kind of what they're there for, isn't it? I mean, they're there to try and make an influence decision. You know what I mean? They're not going to sit down and say, no, our driver was at fault. They won't do that. They're going to say it was on the other driver, because they want the other driver to get the penalty, and they want their to basically cost points. So they'll always do that. I don't think he was too happy with that other driver, because he almost sent it into him. I think he used him as a bit of a brake. Penalty. Okay, well that's a free overtake for us anyway. You'll have a half second there. Right, this is where this is what I'm talking about with the track limits. Look how far he went wide then, and why didn't he get a penalty for that? How? ADT with another £10 donation, you legend. Thank you so much for all the support recently, mate. Absolute legend of the channel. Get the legend emote spammed out for ADT, please. What an absolute mega legend to tell you, like. So many donations recently. Someone's off. I think no one's pitted, so I think we can go for an undercut here. Look, no one's pitted yet, so I think now is the time. I don't know, Henry. It could be. It could be the X 2019 though. I don't know what it'll be, Henry. I think, I don't know. If it's the X 2019, it could be interesting. Also, it could be good with the Super Formula though. Bit over the top, mate. Don't like and if you reckon like, you know what, it's quite worrying that people would actually think that, you know, imagine something could happen to Max today. You couldn't have put it on Lewis because they were, you know, they're doing their job and Lewis just made a little error. It wasn't like it was deliberate. So let's not even go there with comments because I think that's way too far in my view, personally. I don't think you can't say shit like that. It doesn't make any sense with the circumstances. Yeah, but actually, Henry, the Super Formula might be quicker than the X 2019, mate. They're very similar pace, the X 2019 and Super Formula. They're quite similar on pace, so it could even be one of the other one of the other cars that are on there. There's a few, isn't there? That the F1, I don't like that car. I hope it's not that car for tomorrow. Max has had crashes before. I don't know if it's his biggest one ever, but he has had quite a few, hasn't he? I mean, he had the one at, I mean, it wasn't, I mean, the one at BenQ was a bit different, wasn't it? But it was still a big one, I'd say, for him. But it was a bit different. Could be a 17-minute race. Does anyone know if more than one set of tyre are being used? What does it say for tyres, Henry? What tyres are available? Because if both tyres are available, if there's two sets of tyres available, might be a compulsory pit stop. Turned in too early there. Only mediums. Interesting. Do you know what would be quite good there? And I reckon it could work. The Red Bull Junior car. Imagine that. It'd be a proper slipstream battle down the straight. It'd be proper. That'd be so entertaining, you know. If it was a junior car, I'd be so happy because I reckon the racing would be so fun. Can you imagine how fun the racing would be in the junior car? It'd be brilliant. You'd have like 4-car wides going down the straights and stuff. No, it will tell you what tyres are available, Goated. So you need to look at what it says for available tyres, and it should say like what tyres are available. If it just says mediums, then that's the only tyre that's available. There'll be no other tyre. Yeah, it'd be a no-stop medium race. It kind of sounds like a Red Bull Junior race, but I might be wrong. The quality would be amazing if it is. I'd be all for some of that. Oh, he's letting me go. Oh yeah, let's get to 100 likes. 239 people in here. Let's get way over 100 likes, hopefully. Maybe our opinion on the race has upset a few people, but I don't really care, to be honest. We're not here to make friends, we're here just to give our honest opinion. Through there. Not very good lap. We're here to give our honest opinion. That's what we're here to do. Race, honest opinion, have fun, hopefully. We're not going to just suck up to the general opinion just to make people like us. That's not what we do on here. I'll say how I feel about anything. And I think, like, the same with today. Like, I mean, I just think it's really weird the way people are trying to say that Hamilton did it on purpose. That's what I don't understand. There was nothing malicious with it. It's a racing incident that was a deserved 10-second penalty. And I'm sure that Max would have done pretty much the exact same as Hamilton did if he was in his place. I think if you switched both drivers around in that incident, they both would have ended in the exact same position because both of them wouldn't have given an inch. It's just the way they are, the racing drivers. They're gonna battle it to the last inch. Our tyres are fading here. Fake car around the fake track. No, we don't want fake tracks. Real tracks, I'm with you, but not fake tracks. Oh, they're battling, pushing each other a bit there. Oh yeah, there's nothing to when Max ran wide through turn 1. I don't think there's anything in that at all. He only ran inches wide. It wasn't like he abused the situation. It's just. Yeah, there's nothing into that. Good exit. You're funny, Mobber's finest. If you honestly think that Hamilton should be banned, you shouldn't even be watching the sport. I'm telling you now, you shouldn't be watching F1 because that's horseshit. There was no malicious in it. Racing incident. He got his deserved 10-second penalty. Nothing more than that. That's how I think it should be left. I think people are taking it far too far. To be honest, Funky, they kind of rely on the sense. It's like one of them. I'm sure Hamilton knew where Max was, and you saw Max knew where Hamilton was because he actually turned left. Hamilton just understeered with cold tyres a little bit. Nothing malicious in it, and like both of them could have done more to avoid it. We said this at the start. Both drivers could have done a bit more to avoid that incident. To be honest, right, if, say Lewis Hamilton would have spun out and crashed out the race, and there were 10 laps to go, do you even think that Christian Horner would be going on about it now? No, he wouldn't. He'd be like, oh well, you know what I mean? He wouldn't even be carrying it on, I don't think. Because Hamilton drove well and got the win, that's what's probably sparked a lot of it. Oh, I don't care about who dislikes it at the end of the day. I don't really give a shit, to be honest. Like, I'm an F1 fan, not a fanboy. I'm not going to fanboy one driver. I'm a fan of the motorsport, and I think this is brilliant for F1. I can't wait for the next race. So yeah, I have no problem with it. I hope we see some really good battles. I think we're gonna see some great racing between both of them. They're both the two best drivers in F1 easily. So yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait to see more. Nothing wrong with Verstappen. What do you mean by his condition? He literally had no injuries. He had to go to hospital purely because he hit a certain amount of G, which is a standard thing in F1. If you pull a certain G in a crash, they have to go to hospital, but he's fine. Nothing wrong with him. He might have a few bruised ribs or whatever like that. I don't know, but he's not injured. Yeah, he's not injured. He's literally done a Twitter post giving Hamilton shit, hasn't he? I can't wait for the next race. It's going to be so good. I'm too biased for Hamilton. I'm sorry, but you clearly don't know me, Sims boy. I'm more for Max Verstappen than Lewis Hamilton. I want Max Verstappen to win this year. I'm more for Max this year than I am Hamilton. So how am I a fanboy if I want Max Verstappen to win the title? I really, you can ask anyone. I was so happy when Max, like when he started winning and did some of the overtakes. I was so happy in stream because I want Max to win. So how am I a fanboy of Hamilton if I want Max to win? Makes no sense. He didn't get knocked out. At no point during the crash was Verstappen not unconscious. He was fully conscious all the way through. Max Verstappen didn't get like knocked out or anything. He wasn't unconscious. He was fully conscious. Horner confirmed that on Sky. At no point was he unconscious. So yeah.
Should I jump up and move the bar?
Max Verstappen's probably my favourite driver at the moment. So I don't see how anyone can say I'm biased towards Hamilton because I'm more of a Max Verstappen fan at the moment, 100%. Like I really like Max Verstappen, his driving style, the way he races. I want Max Verstappen to win the title, so I don't really see how I'm biased towards Hamilton.
Tomorrow after school, so I paint a bit. So like before Mrs. Rollins, Miss Jones, and Mrs. Phillips
Oh, to be honest, at first, when I first saw it, I was thinking it does look like a racing incident. But the more I saw of it, you see how much missed the apex. You see him on the steer. The front tires just didn't bite into the tarmac, and then that little clip. But like this, it's definitely on Hamilton. But I do think that Max could have avoided it. Like if he'd have done, like look at Charles. Charles avoided it and ended up understeering wide. So. It was one of them. One of them had to give way, and neither of them did, and that's why the incident happened. And both of them could have done something to avoid the incident. But what is it's happened now. You're not going to change it. I don't think it's fair that Hamilton gets any sort of malicious hate towards him because I don't think he did it maliciously. And I hope Max Verstappen comes out in the next race and wins. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we have a great battle, and Max Verstappen pulls a great move on him and gets the win off him. That's what I hope happens at the next race. To be honest, the contact at that kind of speed is probably quite harsh on the cars. So yeah, I mean, doesn't surprise me. Imagine the forces going through a car at a corner like that at them speeds. Any contact's going to cause damage. Yeah, probably, Rui. I agree with that. If it was the other way around, Lewis would probably be calling all kinds, and yeah, it'd be like, I agree. But then Max is doing that now, isn't he? So, like, yeah, both drivers would react the same in each other's shoes, and that's what people need to remember. No driver would do anything different there. I'm pretty sure of it. Max is a winner, and Lewis is a winner. They both want to win, so. Oh, it was very silly. That I mean, like at the end of the day, Hamilton's just won his home Grand Prix, and he's had to fight for it. The adrenaline after winning that at the end like that, it was probably incredible for him. So he's gonna react like that. It's his home bloody Grand Prix, and he hasn't won for 5 races. So, and I know that Max wasn't in there to stop him, but he's still gonna be very like up on a high. He's gonna be on a high, isn't he? So he knew that Max was okay because he had been told that he's okay. But, you know, he has to go to hospital because, obviously, it's standard procedure in F1. Certain amount of Gs, you have to go to hospital. Oh, God. If I see another one of them comments, I might piss myself. Oh, yeah, Charles drove really well. I mean, it's a shame that he didn't hold on to the win, to be honest, because he drove so well, and, like, Ferrari I think the issue that he had with his car possibly stopped him pushing too much on the second stint, because he had was it an upshift issue when, I don't know what it was, there was some sort of issue with the hydraulics. I don't know whether it was still an issue on the second stint, but possibly cost him a chance of really driving more aggressive, but he still drove brilliant, Charles. Possibly nil. I think the thing is, in the current situation now, though, Neil, with Lewis 37 points behind Max, I don't think Lewis would have backed down on the outside. I think Lewis would have carried on. Now, I think if you reverse the point situation, and Lewis was 37 points ahead of Max, I don't think Lewis would have risked on the inside or the outside. I think Lewis would have backed out of both them, wherever side he was, because Lewis would have said, right, I'm 37 points clear. I had no need to do this. And that's what, like, at the end of the day, I think that's what Lewis would have done. But it's hard. You can't do that because obviously they're both in different, Lewis was 37 points behind, not ahead. Max obviously was ahead. Could he have backed out and thought, hang on a minute, I can still win this by not coming through this corner first, because the Red Bull's faster in race conditions. He could have just hung on, like 1.5 seconds behind, and then darted off into the pits a lap early and boom, undercut in the lead and probably won anyway. I mean, you don't know because anything could happen in the race. It's, you know, I mean, it would have been risky, but still, he was still like 33 points ahead or whatever it was. Would losing a few points have mattered too much? Probably not. Yeah, that's very true, that, Pedro. Like, Lewis will always get hate, especially, do you know what? A lot of the hate comes from the British people as well, which is quite disappointing to see. I get everyone has their favourites, but yeah. I'm just can't wait for the next race, me. I'm really looking forward to it. Is it a two? Does anyone know if it's a 2-week gap or a 1-week gap? If it's a 1-week gap, I'm excited. Of dying, low FG2. Come on, mate. Did Lewis really? Lewis was a racing driver. Do you expect him to give up an inside to a corner? Oh, come on. Let's be realistic. You switch the drivers round, and Max would have done the same as what Lewis did. I'm telling you now, it wasn't deliberate. It was just a bit of understeer. Tires not up to temperature. There's nothing malicious in it. Let's please not try and say that any driver deliberately took each other out, because that is the most shit argument I think I've ever heard in my life. Lewis did not deliberately take him out. If you really think that, then I have no words for you, because it's just not. It's not true. No driver's going to deliberately take another driver out when they're both 1 and 2 in the championship. It's not going to happen. Not a chance. Yeah, it was Lewis Hamilton's fault, but I think the 10-second penalty was fair. It's racing at the end of the day. Every driver on that grid risks their life whenever they get in the car, and they all know that, and that's why they do what they do, because they love the sport. So, yeah, let's not become too like, oh, we gotta coat them in cotton wool all the time. We want to see racing. We want to see battles. At the end of the day, them drivers put themselves in the risk of that because they love the sport. Go back to, like, you know, years gone. You know, drivers were battling a lot harder than they are now. A lot harder. I think Max has improved massively over the last few years for his racecraft. I think probably, like, this year has been brilliant for Max, but it's just unfortunate, wasn't it, at the end of the day? It was one of them. He pinched Lewis a bit. Lewis understeered, and they just collided. I don't think there was any intent from either of them. It's just unfortunate. Netflix are gonna love that. I wonder who next. Does anyone know who they were following for that race? They'd love it, won't they? Oh, let me open these. My back is so sweaty right now. Oh, some air in. Ah. Oh, we've lost some drivers in here. 4 drivers disappeared. Yeah. I just think people, like, I can understand they've got their favourites. Everyone's got their favourite driver. And they'll look at it in a different way. They'll always defend their favourite driver. That's what things are. Like, they'll always want, like, a lot of people hate Hamilton as well, which doesn't help. There's so much hate of Hamilton, and people will say they don't hate him, but it's not the way it looks from my perspective when I see some of the comments that you see. F1 Slayers, turn your if you're on PS4 or PS5, turn it off, clear your data. Also, maybe unplug it from the wall for 10 seconds so it resets to PS4 or PS5. and then load it back up and it should be alright. Normally is. Oh, Lewis Hamilton misjudged it, 100%. I think Lewis thought them tyres would have more grip than they would. They did. I don't think the tyres were up to temperature and it just caught him out. And it was a mistake by Lewis. 100% it was a mistake. But that's what it was. A mistake. That's what people need to remember. It was a mistake. It was not deliberate. It was an error. He didn't want to kill Max Verstappen. Like, some people are just so over the top. It's fucking stupid. Like, it's a mistake. Every driver makes mistakes. Max Verstappen makes mistakes. Hamilton makes mistakes. You know what I mean? Like these drivers, like Lewis. Do you know what it is? Lewis doesn't make that many mistakes as well. So when he does, people just get on him. So like they attack him, but he hardly ever makes mistakes. Oh, the hate, it's the same thing. It's the same hate as like that. It's very true. Look at the Euros with the penalties. I wonder why why the hate was there for the people. Just fuck it. You know, I'm not going to go into that in this stream because, yeah. But it exists in motorsport as well. It exists in motorsport. It exists in every sport, and it's disgusting. But yeah. At the end of the day, I don't know why people are not more excited than they are. I get that you're upset that your driver got 0 points from the race. I'm upset because I wanted Max to get, you know, I wanted to see a great battle the whole race. I wanted to see them battling it out. But we are now in for an absolutely brilliant end to the season. It's going to get really spicy and it's going to get interesting to say the least. Like, you've got two drivers that are going to start hating each other. And it was always going to end like anyone who thought this season was going to carry on, you know, nice talking to each other nicely and like friendly and all that. It was never going to carry on like that. It never does in F1. Once stuff starts heating up a bit, it's always going to kick off between both drivers. And I'm just glad it has, because now we're in for a brilliant end to the season. Oh, I didn't want to kill him. Just about avoided him there. Lost a bit of time, but I had to do that or I would have took him out. Brake early, dirty tyres. Rosberg did the right thing, ending on a high. Like, he was never going to beat Hamilton the year after, because Hamilton would have been gone in for the title. And like, yeah, Rosberg did the good thing, get the title, then bail. Like, why not do that? I mean, he then can concentrate on his life with his family. Oh, that was I shouldn't have sent that. Where is he? Yeah, I'll let him go. I'm gonna let him go there. Let him back in front. Yeah, Rosberg did the right thing, I think. You know, he had a wife that had a baby, didn't she? Like, so I think he chose a sensible path for his family, and also he's still making money, isn't he? Doing like, you know, other stuff for Sky and also his YouTube channel and stuff. So yeah, I think Rosberg did the right thing for him. Oh yeah, Rosberg probably just didn't want to, couldn't be doing with it. It was probably affecting his family life as well. And he probably decided that for his family as well, it's better to come out of F1 and deal with the mental like side of it as well. It's probably too much for him. And that's 100% fair enough. Like, you can't... Oh, mate, what was that? What was that? What a fucking idiot. I mean... Just use me as a brake. We'll just pit early and get out ahead of him. That guy's going to just keep trying to take us out, so I think it's not worth trying to overtake him on track. We'll just do it in the pits because he's going to try and take us out at any opportunity. Yeah, he's a bit of a knob, that guy. But we'll just pit early and get out ahead of him. You think? I mean, it depends if it's possible. I mean, it didn't take me too long to get. I did the 19.4 on day one. I think I did a. Did I do a 19.4? Yeah, I did that on Monday. But so it just depends on your own ability on the game as well. Like, if you, some people won't be able to get that time. It just, like Lightning could get a 19.1 straight away on 19.0. I couldn't. I might not ever be able to get that. So maybe if I like spent a week on it or something. But everyone's different, I suppose. But yeah, don't give up. You'll improve over time though. Like, some people will suddenly just click on something and they'll like find free temps. So it is possible. Not the greatest outlet, this. Right there. Sugar. I lost the entry. I lost the car on the entry. That's 2 lap. Right, let's try and do a better lap. What was he trying to do then? Never going to do that from that far back. think this, like, yeah. To be honest, I don't understand what, like, this is great for F1, what's happened today. You can say what you want about it, it's great for the sport. It's going to be brilliant the next few races, I can't wait. Yeah, let's keep the respect in the chat though. Remember that, we said that before. Let's just be respectful to each other. Oh, Brand wide, that's a penalty. Shouldn't lose anything because we're ahead by 1.8 anyway, so. Penalty as well. Oh, we would have got that. If I didn't really get that penalty, I would have got in there. I'm wide. You okay, Matt? How are you? I can't wait until if Russell gets in that seat, you're gonna have a well, it all depends on Mercedes and how the cars are next year. I mean, if Mercedes have got a good car and Red Bulls have a good car, it'd be great to see three drivers all able to battle for wins. It'd be so good to watch. I think that'll be alright. I don't think that'll be a penalty. Wow, where did the understeer just come from then? Oh! Oh, whoopsie! Lando's doing really well. I just don't think McLaren's going to be there yet. I don't think their car is just good enough yet. I feel like it's still a little bit too... But then, who knows with the change in the rules? It could really mix the grid up. No one knows, do they, until next year? Because every time there's a major change in the rules and the cars, it mixes the field up, and you could have a random team just boom, they found something, boom, straight to the front of the grid. And that's why it can be good for the sport, but it can also be a bit weird, because you might have a situation where teams are going to spend years catching back up again. So like Ferrari could find something and all the other teams have to spend 4 years to get back up to pace, whereas at the moment the teams are starting to get closer at the moment. So I don't know whether it'll be a good thing for the sport, the new cars, or a bad thing. We'll have to wait and see. This year has been one of the best seasons so far in my view. Such an entertaining season. If Mazepin would still crash every race no matter what, wouldn't he? Oh, look at the understeer. That's a penalty. No, it's not a penalty apparently. Okay, I'll take it. Has to be next year's base car. Yeah, it's been the best, to be honest. Like, I don't remember a season as entertaining as this, because like there was a couple of good seasons, obviously, but F1 like has always been quite. There's always been one car that's dominated pretty much for so many years. It's just good that we've got like really good racing at the moment. I think it's the best we've had for a long time, if I'm honest. Like, I can't think of a season that I've enjoyed more than this one. 2012 was good. I agree. I think Hamilton should have took. Was that the one that Hamilton should have won? But he had a few DNFs with car failures, didn't he? We got Bears in front. Will Bears play fair? Williams used to be unbeatable, didn't they? I remember when they had the was it like the active suspension or something when Mansell drove them? They just dominated, didn't they? They literally spanked everyone. But yeah, then like obviously with the Hill, when they were really on fire with Hill and that. But it was a different sport back then, wasn't it? F1 was a much different sport back then. Now it's a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot more based on with the cost of stuff and that. A bit different, really. This car's got much better tyres here, but I don't know why he hit us then, because that might affect him. I'm gonna send it. I don't care. Bad tyres or not. Penalty, I got pushed wide, but I'll get a penalty for that. Oh no, we didn't get a penalty. Oh, whoa. I had an itchy nose. Bad time to do one-handed driving. Oh, my tyres are just gone. Oh well. Oh, they've just gone massively. What the hell? What lap did I pit? Was it lap 4? Oh wow. Yeah, the Adrian Newey is still, I mean, even now, Adrian Newey, obviously, with the Red Bull, so. Yeah, I don't know why. The other day when we did that lap pre-pit, we drove with no issue with the tyres. Just different races, I suppose, if you did obviously abuse the rears a bit more. Let's do one more. We'll do one more race and that'll do me because I am boiling. Try and get a good race in. That was a bit shit at the end, wasn't it? We should have really had a P5, but oh well. I might try a later pit stop this time. Next week's races is Le Mans in Group X, which for GRX, we don't know what car it is. I can't remember any of the... I don't know what race B or A is. Does anyone know what... I could look on my phone, but someone might know in the chat. I can't remember what someone said it was for race A and B. I'm not a big fan of Le Mans. So yeah, I don't know what to think about that. If it's a Red Bull Junior though, I think it could be quite entertaining because you're going to be slipstreaming down the straight like anything. It'll be funny. I can only imagine that you'll have like 4 or 5 car wide and stuff. Oh, Interlagos in Group 3, that really uncommon combination that's never used. Jesus. We have no idea what Group X car it could be. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm not a huge fan of, obviously, Le Mans, but we'll do it. Maybe we should try and get better at that track, because that's a track I kind of not a big fan of. We need to pit a little bit later, I think. Our tyres were too dead then. Lego is... Alright. What's race A? What's race A, sorry? Ah, my bloody thing's hurt my leg there. I think we'll pit lap 6 at this time and just try and get... Oh, I don't know. It's hard because you get the benefit of the undercut, but then you have no tyres left at the end. I don't know. It could be Red Bull Junior. I really don't know. It could be the Red Bull Junior, which would, with the fact that it's looking like a no-stop race, the Red Bull Junior would be around about 19 minutes, I think. Or would it? Would it be a bit too... I don't know. It might not be fast enough. The Red Bull Junior might be too slow. I don't know. Yeah, what's daily race A though, not B? Tokyo... Oh, okay. Well, that one's... Okay. Central... Which track is that? Central Outer. What track is Central Outer? I can't even think what track that is, you know. No idea. I don't know what one that is. I can't think which one that is. Is it one of the new tracks or is it the old ones? Is it the is it the old one with like kind of like an oval? Is it that one? It's like not an oval, but it's like a little bit shorter than. If it's the one I think it is, then I'm not into that track. But yeah, we'll obviously won't have a choice but to do it for one race anyway, at least. Ow, 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 ow. It's hurting me like this. And the tire noise. I don't think it is that one, is it? I don't think it's that one. I don't think it's the one with the docks. Pretty sure it's not. Right, what are we going to do with strategy here? Like, lap 3 was too early on the tire. We had no tire life left at the end. We should have really had a P5 though in that last one, I feel. I messed up the braking point. Yeah, that's the one I think it is, Steve. We'll have a look at after this race. We'll see which one that is. I think it's the one that's like, it's almost like an oval, isn't it? Is it the one with the light goes... I'm trying to... I swear we've only done it a few times in FIA before. It's not my favourite, but we'll do it for a race or two, maybe. Well, for one race for a video. Group 3 cars for Daily Race B. What, Interlagos? It'll be like the Audi will be good. The Lexus will probably be good. The Vantage will probably be alright. The what else is normally good there? Corvette. I think Toyota Supra. I think the Toyota Supra will be good there as well with no tyre wear. I think the Supra is the best car there with no tyre wear. So probably the Supra will be the car for the Group 3. The Corvette should be alright as well. See if we can get through some of these. Bit aggressive, but I think it was fair. P18. Yeah, how slow was he through there then? Do we send it? Of course we do. Ah, hit him. My bad. Oh, them two behind have just gone off. Oh, they're both off. What happened then? I feel like we might need to go a bit longer in this race, you know, it's quite a fast midfield. I don't know, we could go for an undercut. How much time am I losing here? Oh shit, we're losing quite a bit, but we got a better exit there. Oh shit. Don't be a penalty, don't be a penalty, don't be a penalty, don't be a penalty. Whew. I've got, let's pray for it again. Don't be a penalty, don't be a penalty. Oh, we're okay. Got away with it again. Not a very good exit. We won't pit early. We must stay out a bit longer here. Obviously the pace isn't great, but want slightly better tyres. Triple fake. God, this car's handling weird tonight. Feels really strange. I don't know what's going on. Possibly should have pitted. We'll see. What I want to do is, I don't want to pit too early because there was cars that pitted before and we don't want to just get in there like traffic. So maybe we'll pit at the end of this lap. We'll see what they do first, the cars ahead. Crap, that's annoying. Losing so much time. I hope I haven't just got a penalty there as well. I was hoping they wouldn't pit there, but that's just going to kind of screw us a bit here. Should have stayed out, maybe. I'm hoping we haven't got a penalty for hitting the wall as well. Right, I need to send it on this car. Right, let's him out of the way. These two are fighting now. Oh! We were there, mate. We were there. Nailed it. Alright, let's try and pull away now and get a good lap in. Don't be a penalty. How long penalty is that? Oh, it's only half a second, damn. We won't get him. He'll be right in front of me though in the braking. Probably, yeah, no, he'll be a good second ahead, won't he? Oh, penalty, surely. Oh, he nudged me right in the braking zone. It's a bit awkward. I think he knew he did that, that's why he bump drafted us. Little nudge again. Every time we go into the brakes. I'm hoping we got away with a penalty there. I lifted, so we should do. Oh, where are you going? The track's this way, mate. This way. He'd given up and he's parking it up or something. Need them to start fighting a bit on these next few laps, but I don't think they're close enough. I think P4's a little bit too far behind. Better exit, much better exit that time. Maybe drop the controller, yeah, I don't know. They're not close enough, they're just not fighting enough. Need another 2 laps here, probably. Gaining, but just not fast enough. hit that bloody curb. Yeah, he had fresher tyres. I think the driver behind us pitted a lap later, didn't he? He had slightly fresher tyres. My first lap, you see, at 21.3, we were in traffic, so I didn't get the good lap in. So I had to do my lap on the second lap. He did his on the first lap, I think. So he's got like a lap fresher on the wear. Caught him up, but just not fast enough. It's not bad though. We started last, so it's a P5. It's not the worst. Whew. Sweaty though. Oh, very sweaty. Oh. I feel like I need another shower. It'll be like my 4th shower of the day. I genuinely need another shower. But yeah, that's going to do us for that. It was just a few races to end the week off. It was a good daily race C. Send it out with a stream on that because, yeah, next week's... I feel like we need to get good at Le Mans. So maybe similar to St. Croix. I think we'll go with something very similar to St. Croix. And we'll try and really push Le Mans and see if we can really find our pace there, because I don't really, whenever it's a daily race I'll do it, but I don't really like try and learn it fully. So yeah, let's do some daily race C next week then and try and get up to speed at Le Mans. I do like the track sometimes on iRacing. I don't mind it, but never really fell in love with it on GT Sport. Red eggs? I know, I'm sweating off that though. I mean, I've been out in the sun today, so like I've been out all day, so the arms aren't red. It's just the face, which is it'll die down by the morning. It's just because I've been out in it all day, and then I'll go out in the sun again if I can tomorrow for an hour. What? What do you mean? What's that like? Don't be jealous. You hide from the sun anyway. It's not my fault you're in work. I can get while my video's rendering. It'll take 30 minutes, so I can do that then. Although actually, probably not, because I'll have to bloody not sure what we'll do. Yeah, I don't know. I probably won't be able to get out in it actually. I'll have to get the content in the morning, then I'll have to upload and do the thumbnail while it's rendering and all that. So, yeah, track limit pens have been quite bad this week. But anyway, yeah, we're going to call it a night on that. Like I say, next week we'll do the same as usual. We'll get the video out tomorrow. Daily races in the night. What shit, you're on a late, aren't you? Oh yeah, you would be back at like 8 or so, won't you? Yeah, so we'll probably start the stream like between 7 and 8. Try and get the video out as early as I can, but it's a pain in the arse sometimes with the YouTube and the processing. Sometimes YouTube just takes hours to process a video. The new week is Le Mans. We don't know what car it is though. So what's daily race A? Let's just see this track actually. See what track it's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to have a little look at daily race A now and see what that track is. Thank you, Ray. Oh God, I'm sweating. Oh. Right, let's just see what track this is. Tokyo. What one is it again? Tokyo. Out. Which one? South? I don't know which one it was. Is it inner loop? Central inner loop? This one? Is it one of these? Which one was it? This one. So let's just... I'm trying to remember which one this is. Which one? What? So it's N200. It's going to be... What's N200? What cars are in N200? It could be a touring car race, couldn't it? Possible. It could be the Toyota 86 though. Do you reckon it'll be the GR86? I think it'll be the GR86. Either way, it doesn't really matter what car we're in now, but it'll probably be the GR86 because they haven't used it in a daily yet. Oh, I know. I think I know what one this is. This is the... I don't really like this track, if I'm honest. I can't even remember it. This is how much we haven't... Oh, wait there. It's the right here, isn't it? And then it goes down into the, like, the tunnel, doesn't it, up here? I have no idea where I'm going on this, but yeah, it goes into the tunnel and then... I don't like a lot of the fictional tracks, Sean. I've never really been a big lover of the fictional tracks in this game, apart from the old ones like Gran Valley, and I like them ones, but GT Sport for me, the fictional tracks weren't as good as the older games. Like Midfield Raceway and all them, they were absolutely brilliant tracks. Whoops, there's a wall there. And then it goes to with this left here, doesn't it? So, and then back round to the start finish in a minute, I think. Is it? Oh no, you go back. Do you go back under a tunnel here first? Oh yeah, I remember. Don't call you by Sean. I need to call you sir. So, right, that's it. I'm going to time that prick out. Yeah, I remember the track, but I don't know where I'm going because it's been that long since I've done it. That's the finish line there, by the way. So it's been about, I think, last time I did that was probably about 2 years ago, I think. I genuinely think it's about 2 years ago since I last did that in a race. So I have no idea where I'm going. I forgot the GR Cup was on today. Didn't even know that was on. I didn't. What car was it? Oh, was it the rally one? No, what? Yeah, I was never doing that shit. Couldn't be arsed with that. It was rally, wasn't it? In the bloody Yaris thing. Ugh, no way. Never touching that one. But yeah, we'll do them. I need to learn that track. That's annoying because that means it'll take me longer to do the bloody video guide. So I'm gonna have to do a few laps just to understand which way I'm going around the track, because it'll take me about 10-15 minutes just to try and get up so I know what corners are coming, and then we'll just do the guide because it's Daily Race 8, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, hopefully, I really hope that Daily Race C is in the Red Bull Junior, you know. I think it could be entered. What other options have we got for a car, actually? Let's have a little look. See what are the GRX cars? So, oh god, I'm tired. I think it'll be, if they wanted to be ultra annoying, they could use that. Or it could be the Super Formula or the X 2019 or the Junior. The F-150, it could be the F-150. Where is the F-150? It's not on here, I don't know why. Oh, I'm on my second account, aren't I? Yes, because I'm on my second account. But I kind of want it to be the Junior, you know. Imagine how good the Red Bull Junior would be. Like, you'd have like 4 wides because of the slipstream. Everyone would just be going down the straight. It'd be so entertaining. I really hope for entertainment value that it's a Junior car because it would be so much fun. I don't think it will be that, though. I think it's more likely to be Super Formula or X2000. They're the two that I'm putting... I think it'll be one of them. But I would love it to be this one. But I'm leaning towards one of these two. Either way, it should be quite fun in either of them two. If it is one of them two, I'll be made up. But I don't know. It could be anything, really. It's hard to really guess what car it could be. Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to call that a night. I'm going to get some food. And have another shower because I'm absolutely sweating again. Oh, that's horrible. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for a daily race video, and we'll be doing the stream in the night time. So yeah, I'll see you then, hopefully. Remember to jump in the stream in the night if you remember. And yeah, hit the like button on your way out of this stream. It will help me out massively for the channel and stuff. And yeah, thank you for the donations again tonight, you legends. And I will see you for more fun daily racing tomorrow, hopefully. Take care, stay safe, enjoy the rest of your night, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.